Hello and welcome to my garden. I'm Lise-Lotte and you can see my little greenhouse behind me. And Lily and I we had the camera on before and something was crawling up the tree. I don't know if it was like a raccoon or it could have been a cat, but I don't think so. I think it was a raccoon or something. Anyway, so we've just had a little excitement here in the garden, but I thought you don't need to have any of that. So we're just gonna turn on the camera again, but you'll hear Lily in the background. Lily's my golden retriever, and she's sniffing down the issue at the present. So I'm glad that you're here, and I wanted to show you, just to share this beauty. It's a daffodil. Isn't she beautiful? And I love to have the surprise of, in the fall, getting tempted by some of these beautiful bulbs, and then the surprise of spring, that you remember, oh yeah, I put that there. Especially when it's the first year like this. I haven't had this one before, and I've just been enjoying her so much. There's something about having one thing. Like, I do a lot of things where like it's a bigger bouquet and there's lots going on, and it's sort of the play with color and texture and all that fun stuff, and I do love that. And I do love bringing one stem of something into the house, and just having it sitting where I write, because I write every day, where I write, or whatever it is, but just to enjoy that one thing, and just to see, like, as it's changing, and you sort of notice time and stuff in a different way. So having said that, last week I showed you a little vase that I had made with 5, and today I'm showing you one that is just the 3, and actually the 3 works really well as well. Less of a ring, more of a little grouping. But yeah, just a kind of sweet thing. And it is that sense of, yeah, there it is in my nest. By the way, if you're interested to learn how to make the nest and learn how to do some of the decorating and the, oh, this doesn't belong there, and do some of the eggs and the egg dyeing, I have a workshop on my website for that. So if you're interested, I show all of that. But this is just something that I came upon like a few years ago, and I just love the idea. It's very simple, and yes, you do end up having either either omelets, or I did a lot of pavlova actually when I was making these, so that's what we had, and then extra yolks for other things. But anyway, so yes, you do, because you're breaking the tip, of course, and you don't get all of them. Sometimes they break, and they really break the whole thing, and that's a different thing. But anyway, so here we are on a beautiful sunny day in the garden, and getting excited about my Creative Again course. Super excited to see who's coming into the course, and just to help people become creative again. And it's something that I really want to emphasize, which is that it's about a creative life, and it's about the skills that we have in creativity, in using those skills in having a creative life. So things like noticing. It's not adding something to an already busy schedule and having yet another thing to do on your to-do list. It's not that at all. And in fact, I really think too that in having a creative life, one often asks oneself a lot of what if questions. What if this? Oh, what if I tried this? And also one is sort of playful. One of the things about creativity and being playful is that it gives you other ways of solving problems, and it allows you to let go of some of that judgment that we have of ourselves, and to literally be playful. And that's why I call it playful, because I want to have people feel that they can let go of expectations for themselves, or perceived expectations that they think other people have of them, or whatever it is, and sort of live in that kind of way. And it's a much more freeing way, and I think there's room for a lot of joy. And that's something that I've really noticed actually in the last 3 years with my GEMS membership. GEMS is gathering experiences that are meaningful. And I really noticed kind of how people have taken on these various things, and then they've gone and learned all kinds of other stuff. And that's my expectation and hope for the class too, is not for me to teach like 5 different things, like how to make this. It's not that at all. Like, yes, we are going to make stuff, but we are going to make stuff as a way of talking about something else, and it's experiential learning is what it is. And so it's not learning how to paint within the numbers or within the lines or anything like that. It's actually more like, here are some skills that I can pass along, that you will have forever, and that you will take forward and lead a creative life, one that is full of curiosity and wonder and awe and joy. And I think all of those kinds of things bring a lot of meaning into our life. And I think so much of what's going on in the world is so big and scary, and rightfully so. And for those of us who are living in a place that we can sit here on a peaceful afternoon, we're very fortunate to be doing so. But I think for the whole world, anybody who's kind of understanding what's going on in the world, there's a lot of worry associated with that, and rightfully so. And so, living in, it's not taking away from that. Like, it is kind of taking away from that, because it's giving yourself a chance to maybe make something or whatever, and get your mind kind of off all of that stress. And that goes for any kind of stress, whether you're going through treatments or whether you're helping somebody else in their later years and you're doing the caregiving or whatever. So it is that kind of rejuvenative kind of thing, is living a creative life. And that's really what I hope for people. And so that's why I do the things that I do and offer what I do. And yeah, so on this weekend, going into the weekend, where you may or may not be celebrating Easter, I don't know that I celebrate it in a formal way, but I will have a garden full of family. And I do, even though people are older now, they still come to Auntie's for an Easter egg hunt. And I still do, actually do different eggs for different people, and then I hide them in different places. So if you're shorter, but now this year I am the shortest one in the family. So things have turned around quickly as people are in their teenage years, and I've become much shorter. So I don't think there'll be any hiding something tall for some people and shorter places for other people. I'm just going to have to outsmart them. No, I don't think that's possible either. But anyway, it will be a fun time here in the garden. Hopefully, well, it'd be great if it's a day like today. It'd be just nice if it wasn't raining or too windy, but we'll do it either way. And so I hope that if you have that kind of fun, that's great. And I hope that you are able to give yourself a little bit of time to be creative this weekend, even if it's just 10 minutes each day, possibly. If you are in a place where you have the day off, I hope that you're able to find a few moments of peace. And it's perfectly acceptable just to sit and listen to the birds if you're in a park or whatever, or here, like in my garden, I can hear lots of birds. I hope you can hear them too. And it's perfectly acceptable just to give yourself that time to let your mind wander, and to notice the changes if you're in spring, or if you're going into fall, wherever you are, just to sort of start to notice all these seasonal changes. That's really good for the brain, and really good for your sort of stress, and to sort of calm all those tired and frayed nerves. It's really good to do that. So that is part of leading a creative life, is that whole sense of noticing. And you could write it in a journal, but you don't have to do that. Just noticing it is enough, and noticing the shadows and the colors, and if you can look at something at different times of the day, even if you're off for the whole day and you come back later and you just notice how the light casts a shadow in a different way, or whatever it is. Anyway, I wish you peace on your path, and we'll see you next week.